Suit once more and getting back into this role. We're so excited you did.
Oh, thank you very much. You don't know how nice it is to hear that. No, really. I mean, when we made the first film, we thought it was cool, but and we were trying to do something new and fresh, and we're coming back. We had the opportunity because of you to be able to tell the next chapter. And so for me, it's really exciting to be here with you and to be with Chad, the director, to get the chance to work with Common, Ian McShane, Derek, Basil, and so Gay, I really liked putting this suit back on. And getting to do what John Wick gets to do, get some of that action, the passion, and the guy who's really fighting to be free.
I really appreciated that from the get-go. He is so intensely talented physically and a sharp dresser, and God, I love it. Chad, let's talk about what we can expect in this movie stunt-wise, because we all know that John Wick has a soul, there's a story there, but honest to God, Keenu Reeves wrapped his legs around a dude's neck in the first movie. Let's talk about what happens in this film.
Just like the character, we tried to choreograph the action and choreograph the action sequences to help show that John is an unrelenting, just completely driven force of nature.
Yeah.
Both Keanu and Common and some of the stunt teams worked together on judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, gun fu, tactical gun work, three-gun stuff, and of course Mr. Reeves driving the hell out of his Mustang.
And down there, Mr. Ian McShane, on behalf of all of the fans. I've actually been waiting a couple years to tell you thank you so much for helping a brother out in the last film. Because you had John Wick's back.
Well, I think Winston, he's got a shady past, but I think John Wick is his favorite assassin. I think there's a little bias, going on there. I love the storyline Derek originally wrote, and I thought Chad did a fantastic job. But Winston sort of runs this hotel, and you mustn't do anything naughty in his hotel, otherwise you're banished, as from the first one. But a lot of stuff goes on in the second one, but I think Winston's got a special affinity for John.
Now, what are you doing in this movie? Can you give us a little hint as to how
you're still running the hotel? What do you think?
I get it.
Assassins never stop, When they come and they go. I'm the only one left from the first one, I think, that died. Apart from Lance, who's my maitre d', who runs the hotel. Yeah, you get much more. I haven't seen any of it. All I know is I had a wonderful time with Chad, and a great time. Common and I don't meet in it, but the Italian kid's good too, Riccardo Scarlaccio. And it's more of the same, but more and better, I think, Chad, yeah?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well put.
And Winston provides a sort of a grounding for the show, I think.
Kind of the word more makes me think of Common. Right? And I get so excited when I see you in action movies like Run All Night recently, and every other thing. Every time that you start moving that body, that sounded creepy. Tell us about coming into the franchise and who your character is and what you're doing and how mean are you to John Wick?
Well, first of all, I was super excited to be able to be a part of this John Wick movement, because when I saw the first one, I was like, wow, this is some real cool shit right here. It just took me to a world, and it made me enjoy everything I love about movies was in John Wick. So when Chad said, hey, I could potentially, and Basil was like, hey, we might want you for John Wick 2, I was like, please let me in this, and I'm ready. And Chad was like, you're gonna have to really get your fighting skills up, and we're gonna take you to the intense level. So the films that you have mentioned, I've done action with, I respect those films. But this is the highest level I've been when it comes to fighting, action, gung fu as we say, and all these other new techniques and styles of fighting that I just really learned and enjoyed. And working with Keanu was like, his intensity, his drive is like, I love being in a scene with him because it's like, we both competing, but this is the champ. He's the champ. He's the man. So it's like you're reaching for the champ when you competing and working with Keanu and working with Chad. So this was the highest level for me. My character is not necessarily a villain, but our characters
not quite a disagreement.
Yeah, we have some disagreements.
We have a different points of view.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Perhaps a gentleman's conversation?
Yeah.
That's it.
Show us.
So they showed a little bit of the kind of a behind the scenes kind of sizzle, and so the folks at Lionsgate and Chad have put together what they call a teaser trailer. Which rocks! Hopefully you will enjoy it too.